Hi, the Wealthy Expat here. As you may know, I got a second citizenship through investment from St. Kitts and Nevis, and a lot of clients have asked me about my passport, my story. I've made many videos here on YouTube. What I haven't really talked about is how to get the best deal on a passport that you're gonna get. What is the cheapest passport that you can buy that gives you good access to the world, slightly less respected than something like St. Kitts, but pretty much the same passport for way cheaper. Now, with the crypto markets being down, stock market being slightly down, a lot of clients are very focused on saving as much money as possible on these programs, on moving to other countries. You might be worth $10 million, but if you can save $50,000 on a passport that essentially does the same thing as the other passport that you're picking, then why not? The cheapest passport that I personally recommend is from the beautiful island of Dominica. Dominica, even though they have some shady past, they have given out their passport to people that should not have gotten it. They don't do as much due diligence checks as, for example, St. Kitts does, or a country like Antigua and Barbuda, for example, which have pretty sharp and strong due diligence checks. Dominica doesn't. They don't check as deeply. They sometimes even allow you to submit documents that are not apostilled or that they're not certified by any notary, anything like that. With St. Kitts, that is very important that you have all these apostilled and everything notarized. With Dominica, they sometimes don't even care. The fees are a lot cheaper to do due diligence. Overall, the passport is way cheaper. All in all, the passport is going to cost you $100,000 for the donation. If you want to do the real estate, that's $200,000 on top of more fees. But typically, we're talking about the donation if we're looking at the cheapest possible option. So $100,000 plus the due diligence, plus the lawyer fees, you're looking at a total, all-inclusive, around $130,000. With St. Kitts, all-inclusive, you're looking for one person, this is all for one person. At St. Kitts, you're looking at $185,000, $190,000. If you're adding on two people, then obviously it's $230,000, $240,000. The thing important to say is that with Dominica, it's the cheapest passport if it's just for one person. If it's for two people, then we might be looking at something like Antigua, for example, where with two people, you might not pay as many fees as with St. Kitts or Dominica. But Dominica, if you're looking as one person to get a second passport, whether that's to renounce your US citizenship or just have another passport to protect yourself or improve your visa-free travel all over the world, then Dominica is definitely the one that I recommend. It's also a lot faster than St. Kitts. The whole program takes about 4 to 5 months to be completed from the moment when you apply. I made a video before on how long it actually takes. So overall, it'll take you about 9 months to do the whole process, but that includes choosing what country, that includes getting all the documentation. So if you can do that as fast as possible, you already know Dominica, you get all the documents in 1 month. The whole process of application to actual getting your passport in your hands can be 4 to 5 months. So it can be quite quick compared to 6.5 months, 7 months for St. Kitts. Do keep in mind that Dominica overall around the world is slightly less respected than other countries like St. Kitts or Antigua or Grenada. Most people around the world, they don't know that Dominica is a country. They might say, were you a citizen of, or which passport is this? You might say Dominica, and they think the Dominican Republic, is it the same thing? What is this Dominica thing? No, it's an island in the Caribbean. It was a former UK colony. So overall, people really don't know about this. But a lot of governments do know that Dominica has given out their passports since they started Citizenship by Investment to people that shouldn't have gotten them. People that were involved in some scandals, people that were sued, people that were slightly involved with tax evasion or tax fraud. So overall, it's not a very clean program like something like St. Kitts is. For example, with St. Kitts, if they find that anybody is a criminal or scamming people, like there was one Nigerian national who got the citizenship, started scamming people all over the world called Hush Puppy. St. Kitts canceled his passport. They said they don't want anything to do with him. With Dominica, they're not as strong, they're not as sharp in that sense of protecting the reputation all over the world. When it comes to visa-free travel, St. Kitts and Dominica are pretty much matching. Dominica does have access to China, which it's pretty weird right now because the visa-free waiver agreement isn't really enforced. Even though it was approved, it still shows as not enforced. So do correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is that Dominica does have access visa-free to China. You pretty much have access to all the other countries that St. Kitts has, apart from a couple of countries in South America or Asia. So St. Kitts overall, if we look at the amount of countries that we can go to with a St. Kitts passport compared to a Dominica passport, St. Kitts definitely has more access, more respect, more due diligence, overall a more respected country. Dominica, slightly less respected, less visa-free travel, but you can still travel to all the countries that most people are interested in going, like the Schengen area. Now with the whole situation, obviously you might not be traveling to Russia, but some people are interested in visa-free travel to Russia and South America and the Caribbean. So you pretty much get all of those regions, and also Asia, like Indonesia. You also get those regions that pretty much all the other Citizenship by Investment passports in the Caribbean have. Visa-free travel is there, respect, slightly less, but you're saving $50,000. You're basically basically saving a third of the price. So 150,000 for St. Kitts for one person, 100,000 for Dominica. So you're saving quite a lot. There's also another option of St. Lucia. It was made popular by Andrew Henderson from Nomad Capitalist. He got St. Lucia citizenship by investment, and a lot of my clients are interested in St. Lucia. I don't tend to recommend that one that much. It is the same price as Dominica. Not that many people know about these two countries, so it's not like, oh, this one has a better reputation or this one has a better something around the world. People really don't know that these two countries exist. When I show up at the border in Europe, in most countries with a St. Kitts passport, they have no idea what this country is. I've literally been asked, where is this? Is this a real country? And they look at the passport like very baffled. Most countries in the Caribbean, or I would say all citizenship by investment countries, that's going to happen. So if we were to choose between St. Lucia and Dominica, I would pretty much choose because of the visa-free travel. Dominica does have more powerful visa-free travel. They're very aggressive in getting new visa-free countries. That's what they've been doing basically with China, for example. With other countries, they're trying to get visa-free travel as soon as possible and as fast as they can, compared to something like St. Lucia that is more laid back. They don't really care about that visa-free travel, the respect of the passport, and they're both pretty much the same price. You might save maybe $1,000, $2,000 on due diligence fees, but pretty much we're talking about $130,000 all in, with due diligence, with the passport fees, with the lawyer fees. So Dominica in this case is the cheaper option. Around all the citizenship by investments, it is going to be the cheapest. You also have Vanuatu, which is slightly more expensive, but that's losing access to the Schengen area, so you might not be interested in that passport. So if you're looking for the cheapest deal that you can possibly get, still have pretty good access to the whole world, and have a passport that not that many people know about, that is sort of a country that will never chase you around the world, they're never going to tax you all over where you go, then Dominica is the right choice for you. Last note, if you're considering Dominica or any country in the Caribbean, comparing donation and real estate, I would definitely recommend the donation route. Usually with these countries like Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts, they get struck by hurricanes. I'm from Puerto Rico. We got struck by hurricanes. Everything got destroyed. So if you buy a really nice property, yes, you might get the money back, but it might be destroyed, it might be flooded, the insurance doesn't cover something, and when it comes to real estate in the Caribbean for citizenship by investment, it's usually very overpriced real estate that is hard to resell and usually has some sort of problems. It's a scam or it's not as good as advertised. So overall, I don't recommend real estate in the Caribbean. I recommend you just pay like I did. I paid 150 grand. I got my passport, done deal. We're done, St. Kitts. Nothing I need from you. I don't even need to visit the country. The same thing with Dominica. Dominica does have taxes. That is important. So if you're considering a tax-free country to move to, then definitely not the option. St. Kitts and Antigua might be those options. So that is something to consider as well. If you're interested in getting a second passport and you want our help to do it, or you just want to move to a tax-free country, lower your taxes down to 0%, just like I've done. I've gotten a second passport. I moved to Dubai. I lowered my taxes. We've helped hundreds of clients do this. Click that first link in the description, book a call with us, and let's see if we can help you depending on your particular situation. And check the video that's gonna pop up right here. What is the best passport to buy if you're rich, if you have money to actually buy one of these passports? What is the best passport to get depending on your situation? I discuss all of them here. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, that like button down below. I'm the Wealthy Expat. I'll see you on the next one.